What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica and I talk about frugal living, fitness, motivation, and minimalism. If those topics interest you, then I highly suggest you click that subscribe button, so I'm here every week-ish talking about those subjects. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my Dave Ramsey car. That's right, I took the deep dive and I didn't replace the car I have now. I just, based on my move in Colorado, I knew that I needed something more efficient for the snow. So when I got my assignment to move to Colorado from Alabama, I knew snow would be a factor, and that's something my car just is not meant for. And I learned this from I lived in Mountain Home, Idaho for 3 years, and I had so much trouble. My car would get stuck in the snow. It's just like a few inches off the ground, so it's basically a snow plow, if you will. So I just wanted to be ready for the snow this move. So step one, I knew I needed some kind of car meant for the snow. And then from there, I shopped around at my local used car dealership places in the small towns around me. I looked at CarMax, and for some reason, like CarMax, they kept selling the cars I was interested in. I was looking at something all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, a truck or an SUV, and I ultimately decided to get an SUV kind of car. And like every time I went to CarMax and I even called them like, hey, can you hold this for me? It would already be gone. So I was like, dang. So then I focused more on the used car lots in my area. So one Saturday, my mom and I just drove around all the used car lot places and just did some test driving. We did some test driving and just wanted to see what they had available. Once I was serious about getting the car and paying cash, I looked at how much money I had. Dave Ramsey says to buy a car in cash, buy a used car, pay cash for it. He says buying new cars and buying, leasing cars are dumb. And I already made that mistake with the car I have now that I'm keeping. Just as a reminder, I guess. But anyway, when I got serious, I looked at how much money I had and how much I'd be willing to pay in cash based on the kind of car I was looking for. All-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, kind of SUV type of thing. So just so you understand some of the background with this whole situation, I only had about 4 months notice to get ready for my move to Colorado. That's not a lot of time to, save thousands of dollars if you've got other things going on. So when I got that notice for the move, I was saving up cash for new flooring for the house in Alabama. When it came time to get like a real estimate on paper for the flooring, the company said they didn't have enough people with like COVID, and they had like 3 people out and 1 person had like a heart condition. So I had to put that on the back burner and figure out another workaround. But I had like half of what I thought the estimate would be saved up. So with that cash available, my mom and I went seriously looking for used cars. And in Vernon, Alabama, there's like, I think the place is called Highway 18 Auto Sales, not Spons. We looked around to see what they had, and they had this Toyota all-wheel drive. So we tested it out. It's really old. It's like a 2005. It had 230,000 miles on it. But the thing with this place is they had like a 30-day guarantee. If something happened to it, I could like sell it back get my money back, or they would fix it, that kind of situation. And I'd be moving to Colorado in like 2 weeks. So if something happened on that long drive, I'd be covered, and I'd get my money back. But I also had a cousin who's a mechanic. I had him check it out. No issues. I had a professional auto place check it out. No issues. So when we saw this Toyota at the used car place, they quoted me $9,000. And I highly recommend, before you tell people you're going to be paying cash, ask for any kind of discounts, just get the price up front. What's the price without giving them any? Don't show your cards. Shopping for any kind of car, used or new or whatever, I know it's stressful, right? So keep the secret that you're going to be paying cash to yourself until you get some kind of starting cost up front. So I checked out the car, we did a test drive, and I couldn't find anything, comparable, better price, all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, anywhere, like not even at CarMax. So based on the whole situation, I was like, okay, I think this is probably gonna be the one, because my plan is I'm not keeping this car forever, you guys. As soon as I get my orders and my next assignment to another location, I'm just gonna sell that car to CarMax or wherever. It's not a forever kind of car. It's just a winter car, I guess you could say. So I found the car, I decided I was gonna get it, ready to pay cash, had my debit card ready. I found out later that they don't take cards, but I'll get to that. We went inside, started the paperwork, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna be paying cash. Do you have any kind of cash discount, military discount? I threw out all those keywords. So the original $9,000 went down to $7,600. That's right, it went down to $7,600 because there's no interest payments. The $9,000, they calculate all like the interest and stuff that I would have had to pay, but it just sliced it down to $7,600. In addition to the $7,600, I was gonna like pay it outright. So I also paid $280 for the title and $20 for a processing fee. So altogether it was $7,900 for this Toyota. It's a 2005 Toyota Highlander Limited. It's a lot roomier than I expected, but I really just wanted the all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive feature. I didn't really care about the bells and whistles and all that crap, but it's actually pretty nice. So once we were good to go on the price and we filled out some paperwork really quickly for the title and everything, I was ready to pay them. Like, they don't take credit or debit cards there, I don't know why. So we were trying to brainstorm how I would pay for this because I didn't have like the cash, I just had the money in the bank ready to go. And remember to call your bank if you're gonna be spending money more than like $500, whatever your daily limit is. Your card's gonna get declined unless you call the bank ahead of time and just let them know, hey, I'm about to buy this car in cash, or I'm about to buy this refrigerator, something really expensive. So it's really quick. It's a really quick phone call to your bank, but you can do that and then you're good to go. So I had already done that, but we were just brainstorming how to give them money if they didn't have a debit or credit card machine. So luckily it was just a normal weekday, and I was like, why don't we just go to the post office and get some money orders? And they were like, okay, yeah, we can take money orders. So went to the post office, gave them my debit card, and they gave me like 8 money orders to cover the $7,900, and then that was it. I went back, gave them the money orders, they gave me the keys and the paperwork, and then they mailed the title to me about a month-ish later. I got the title in the mail. But just so you know, we went to the used car lot, saw it, did a small little test drive, and then bought it that day, like all within like an hour. Then I went to the tag place in town and got a tag for it, and called the bank, got it insured. So I got it tagged, insured, and I bought it all within less than 2 hours. That weekend, we went to a casino that's about 2 hours away, and we decided to take that Toyota that I just bought as like more of a longer test drive. And also after I bought it within the week, that's when I had my cousin look at it, and that's when I had like the professional automotive place look at it. So funny story, when I drove from Alabama to Colorado, the car started beeping like the second day, like something started to beep and I didn't know what it was. And so I pulled over and I tried to Google it, YouTube it. I was looking through the manual. I couldn't figure out what this beeping noise was. Is it gonna explode? I don't know what's going on. After about an hour, it stopped beeping, which was nice. Then when I got to my sister's place in Dallas, my backpack started having the same beep. So it turns out it was just a little alarm clock that I had in my backpack that was beeping. It was making the beeping noise. So I guess somehow the alarm got triggered. Anyway, that was the only possible concern I had with the car, and it wasn't even the car, it was an alarm clock. So that's all good. I'm in Colorado. Winter is coming. It could snow as early as October, which is just next month. I'm hoping it's not so bad that I can't have my car shipped here. Like, I'm hoping they plow the roads and do all that stuff. The snow melts relatively quickly, things like that. So we'll just see how the winter goes. But I just know if it's anything like the winters in Idaho, I'm glad I got this Toyota. If you've experienced winters in Colorado, let me know. Let me know how bad it gets. I'm in the Colorado Springs area. It is kind of nice having a car that, I don't really care if a shopping cart dings the side of it or whatever. I don't want it to, but I really don't care. And the insurance is super cheap. And my car in Alabama, I just put it in like a storage phase. So I'm just paying $30 a month in case a tree falls on it or something. I'm covered. I just wanted to share my Dave Ramsey used car experience with you. It feels good to have a car I can rely on in the snow. It is really old, but so far it's been a champ. I've had it for 5 months now and it's great. I guess I do need to get an oil change on it though. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions below about this process. But I just wanted to share with you, it is possible. If you're paying cash, the price can get lower. Just be ready to test drive it and test it out for yourself, and don't depend on that dealership to do it for you or say, yeah, it's good to go. Of course they're gonna say it's good to go, you know, they're trying to sell it. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys this week. I'll see you next time.